Good morning. I am Diego Miranda-Naxi, a Rooted Youth Employee, and I would like to welcome you back to our Black History Month virtual workshop series. Today, we are excited to welcome Sei and Melissa 40 Acre Farms, part of the Troy Farm Cooperative, to share about their work. Sei and Melissa, could you please share a little about yourself and your story?
Thanks, Diego. My name is Melissa with 40 Acre Farms, and I am part of the farmers over at the Rooted.
We're part of the Troy Farm Collaborative where we grow different vegetables, mainly vegetables of West Indian and West African origin. Um, we're happy to be here, Diego.
Your program has three projects in Jamaica, Liberia, and Madison. How are those three projects connected?
All right, so I'll talk briefly about the project that we had going on in Jamaica. So in Jamaica, we actually started a ginger as well as a Scotch bonnet pepper farm, and we got a lot of support from the local Ministry of Agriculture through their Rural Agricultural Development Authority, also known as RADA. They provided a lot of technical support. We had a lot of manpower, and we had a pretty good success rate for ginger as well as the Scotch bonnet, and we're able to successfully um, get those products in the ground and we got a really good harvest from the ginger as well as the Scotch bonnet.
I'll speak a little bit about what we're doing in Liberia. So we're introducing um, farming, reintroducing farming to Liberia, especially to the youth. We grow palm oil, and palm oil is very essential to West African cuisine. We are located at the confluence of three countries, Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. So a lot of what we grow is exported to Guinea and the Ivory Coast. Did I say Sierra Leone? I meant Ivory Coast. Okay. So with that, we're bringing in revenue from two neighboring countries into our local communities by providing jobs. Currently, we have 18 employees who work on the farm, and we also have seasonal students that come in and work as well. And we've introduced Jamaican Scotch Bonnet Peppers to Liberia, which is very popular. In Liberia, we call it Jamaican Girl.
And so in Madison at Troy Farms, we have a variety of crops. So we have West Indian crops as well as crops that are West African. We do Scotch bonnet, we do sweet peppers, we do West African garden eggs of different varieties. We do summer squash, we do winter squash, we do garlic, tomatoes, kale, collards, um, and potato greens. So quite a good variety of products.
And what is the significance of the name of the farm being 40 Acre Farms?
Oh yeah, that's it. 40 Acre Farm is inspired. We're inspired by the struggles of our enslaved people here in the United States. They were promised 40 acres and a mule upon emancipation, but they didn't get it. But despite that, there were resilience. So 40 Acres Farms embodies the resilient spirit of the enslaved people in America, where um, they were left with nothing, but they have become known worldwide for different things like sports and entertainment and business. We have several billionaires. So 40 Acre Farms is paying homage to the enslaved people of the United States.
And can you share a little bit about your nonprofit Youth Empower initiatives?
Sure, yeah. Youth Empowerment Initiative is we're part of that is to empower youth through agriculture. So we teach young people the importance of growing their own food. Um, we teach them how to look at farming as a business, especially in Liberia and Sierra Leone, where saying Sierra Leone, I don't know, Liberia and Jamaica. Okay, and we teach young people how to grow basic vegetables. Part of the program that we have with students is they'll come in and we grow seedlings and let them take it home and grow it at home just to start to create that type of habit. So,
And what motivates you to run this program?
So our motivation is twofold. first of all, as Sei stated, we like to be able to expose young people to agriculture. And secondly, we also believe that healthy food creates healthy minds and healthy bodies. So we are also of the mindset that what you put in is what you get out. So our motivation is to encourage people to grow what you eat what you grow, and learn something valuable in the process.
And some of our motivation is being in Madison, a lot of the foods that we're used to in Jamaica, in Liberia, West Africa in general, isn't really grown fresh. Um, so, for example, garden eggs, you have to go to the African store and get it in a can, and it's not the same. So we try to grow these vegetables so that people who like them can get it, fresh. You don't have to be in Africa or Jamaica to be able to have certain vegetables.
And with those vegetables, do you have any favorite dishes that you like sharing with the community?
Sure. So we have several dishes. Of course, everyone knows jerk chicken. The Scotch Bonnet Peppers that we grow is a staple in that dish. We also like collard greens. That's also something that is very prevalent in our cuisine. Um, we also use the kale. That's part of the basic salad dish that a lot of people like to use. Tomatoes. Sweet potato greens are also a staple in a lot of West African cuisine. So many dishes to choose from.
Yeah, I think you mentioned sweet potatoes.
Mm.
Sweet potato leaves are very edible, specifically Liberia and Sierra Leone. And I'm saying that on purpose. Sweet potato leaves are very popular. It's fried with fried fish. It's very good to go over rice. And then when you put the Scotch bonnet peppers in there, it's a really good flavor for it. So there's a lot of things. Like we do so many things with tomatoes, a lot of things with garden eggs. So I guess besides the jerk chicken and curry chicken, I like the potato greens. So,
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Sure, we're just really excited to be a member of the Troy Farms collective group of farmers. We've learned a lot. We've also made some good, great connections over the years, and it's just always fun to. And we look forward to farming. Actually, it's a very therapeutic activity, and it gets us out into Mother Nature. And so it's just something that we look forward to every single year. Getting on the farm, being out in nature, and just making new connections.
yeah, and one other thing, as far as the cross-cultural exchange, has been very interesting to see the Southeast Asian and West African connections in terms of similar vegetables and learning and seeing how their cultural practices are in terms of how they use some of the same thing. Because I didn't realize that garden eggs were also popular in Southeast Asia. Um, One of the other cultural things that we're doing besides the farming is we're opening up a coffee shop and we're bringing in Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee and introducing that to the Madison community because we believe it's the best coffee on the planet. So
Also, before I forget, we'd also like to encourage volunteers. So if anyone is interested in coming out and being part of an activity, you get your hands dirty, but it's a lot of fun. We'd welcome volunteers of any group, any age, any interest, as long as you have a thirst for knowledge and are interested in farming, we would welcome any volunteers as well.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing about your project and what you do here. We'll share links to where you could volunteer and know more about the program and projects that they're doing over there. We will also be attaching after this a short tour that we did of their garden during the harvesting season in fall.
So, welcome to 40 Acre Farms. And so, we're part of a cooperative, and we're one of many small farms that are located here at Troy Farms. So, I'm going to take you on a brief tour of the space that we're using and kind of just go over some of the crops that we're growing. All right, follow me. So, to our right, we're growing some Scotch Bonnet Peppers over here. As you can see, they're nice and ripe and ready to be picked. Yeah, so the landscape fabric is really nice because if we did not have the landscape fabric, then we would have an overgrowth of weeds. Yeah. So it's a weed suppressant, and it's really nice at just keeping everything uniform. And further down, we have another sort of pepper, which we call West Indian Red and Moruga Red. So, so a number of things. Because the peppers that we grow, they're so unique. I don't believe there's really another Scotch Bonnet farm or West Indian Red or Moruga Red farm in the area. I don't want to say the Midwest because I don't know, but I definitely say in the area or Wisconsin. We supply a lot of communities that really value the flavor and the heat that the pepper holds. So we provide a lot of the peppers to the community and to like restaurants and so on. So as you can see down here is where we have the West Indian red peppers right here. And they're very prolific.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yes. And then over here, we have some Moruga red. Just that nice round shape. Nice and hot.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so a little further down, we have this row of what we call West African garden eggs. So right here, and they call them West African garden eggs because they kind of look like an egg. Let's see if I can find a better example, like right here.
And these are West African eggs?
Yeah, it's a variation of an eggplant. Mm-hmm. And again, a lot of the individuals in our West African community, they love this. So it's something that we do and they love to get it. It's all organic, nice and fresh. They don't have to worry about buying it in a can. In the summertime, we have it available for them and a number of different varieties. So.
And I know that you and Sei also are cooks yourself?
Yes, yes. In the summertime, we do a lot of pop-ups. And so we use these to make like jerk chicken, of course. We do the garden eggs as well. We make a stew with that. We do jollof rice. We do rice and peas, stew chicken. So a number of different types of food. And then make like a hot sauce with some of the peppers.
Sei and Melissa have done pop-ups at Troy Farm too, so keep your eye on the rooted calendar too.
All right, so we're gonna go over to the other side. And we're gonna take a walk. All right, so we have some more peppers over here. And also in keeping with supplying the community with kind of hard to find food or not so common food, we have some sweet potatoes that we've grown here. But what's unique about these sweet potatoes is that we eat the leaves of the sweet potatoes, whereas sometimes the leaves are just kind of harvested and tossed. We actually take the leaves up and we give to people in the community. So with these leaves, we kind of pick them up. We cut the stem off. Maybe leave a little bit of the stem. You wash it, and then you chop it very finely. And then once you chop it up, you can stew it down into like a sauce. So it's like sweet potato sauce or something like that.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Potato leaves. And so we'll head down a little bit further. On this side, right down here, we have some sweet peppers right here. So a couple of different varieties of sweet peppers. And we have some tomatoes right along here. Coming towards the end of the season, so it's not too pretty. And then this year, we had a lot of rain. So, you know, a lot of the crops were affected by the rain, but they did pretty well overall, right? So further down, we have more tomatoes, some collards down here. More tomatoes. We have some cabbage, more peppers,
Yeah, I love
more
how
Scotch
you
bonnet peppers
tuck your cabbages
in
in
between them.
the
Yeah,
peppers.
yes. All right. And down here, over the winter, we grew some garlic.
Okay.
Yeah, so instead of just having nothing going on in the winter, in the fall, after everything was cleared, we planted some garlic. And so we're able to reap that at the very beginning of summer. Okay, to our left, we have more Scotch bonnet peppers. And then we have some summer squash and zucchini over here. And then in this, what looks like a bush, is butternut squash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you cannot go in between a little bit, we can find some squash, some butternut squash. And yeah, that's basically it. It's about an acre and a quarter of peppers, squash, tomatoes, sweet peppers, cabbage, and so on, and collards. So quite a bit to manage, but it's fun. Yeah,
It's a
and
lot of
it's doing
space.
well, and we've had a lot of rain, so it's helped a lot.